is an appreciation for all of you, all of us. And it started with the Ann Chong. Ann Chong, Ann Chong is doing this charity event every month. And every year she will organize this ang pao, red packet, for those old folks in the homes during the New Year. And the same thing this year, she's also organizing. And at that moment, I just thought that, hey, let's reward the people who are taking part in this giving. I think it's very meaningful. So it's a reward, it's appreciation for all the people taking part. And then at first we say, okay, let's reward, let's appreciate those in Singapore, because the old folks home is in Singapore. So we thought that, okay, let's do it. And then we think again, hey, why don't we expand this further? Because in our DMO family, we also have Malaysia. Let's expand to Malaysia. So that's when Jessica is involved, right? Is Jessica in? Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so Jessica is involved. So we expanded to Malaysia. And then we think again, hey, Indonesia is also under my care. Let's expand to Indonesia. That's when Anne approached Bukiki, And then we say, hey, Vietnam is our family also. Let's talk to Rio, Rio with DMI is also doing very, very well. So let's rope in Vietnam. So and then the rule is very simple. So we just want to encourage people to also take part in this giving. So since Singapore, we are doing the red packet is $6 per person, meaning that per packet, right? So one, I don't know how you call it, one ang pao, one packet is $6 to be given to one person. So depending on your ability, you can give more. So I saw people giving 10, 20, somebody give 200, I think from Indonesia. Somebody give 200, if I remember correctly. Is that right? I think so. I don't remember. I saw like the number is very big. Or I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. The number seems to be very big, So I was kind of, wow, okay, this is amazing, right? So and 20 times 6, 120. Okay, 20. Okay, anyway. To me, the number looks very big. So it's like very, very amazing. And then we say that, okay, let's say if you give 10, you are entitled to 10 slots, So you can invite people to listen together, to learn together. And yeah, and then, okay, now it's my job. Okay, what am I going to do? And I just remember, hey, we just came back from Japan, the Kyoto Lamrim. And I believe a lot of you must have also attended the Kyoto Lamrim. And you must have heard Geshe Michael's teaching. But at that moment, I realized, because I was helping in the tech table, I realized that the schedule, the network connection might not be too good. So maybe you didn't really get the whole thing. Oh yeah, I saw Rio have somebody give 100 packets. Wow, amazing. Amazing, yeah. So the idea is that, okay, we want to appreciate all this. And then I think the topic that we had in Kyoto is very appropriate, the art of sharing. And I think, okay, let's bring everybody. And this is a festive season. We can celebrate together. And yeah, and then suddenly this morning, I don't know, at about 3 o'clock, I woke up already. Some of you might have seen my messages. I suddenly got a lot of ideas. I was thinking, hey, maybe we can do this as a monthly activities. In Singapore, we do it monthly. In Malaysia, we do it monthly. In Indonesia, we also do a monthly charity activities. And most of the time, we just share the pictures among ourselves. Let's say in Indonesia, if we have event in Jakarta, we just share among people in Jakarta. In Singapore, Ann Chong's group, we just share among the group. I think, hey, if we can have this once a month kind of thing, it can become like our coffee meditation, group coffee meditation session. So every month, maybe we take turn to organize. You know, like today, this event is organized by Ann Chong from Singapore, right? So every month we can take turn. Maybe next month, maybe I don't know. I'm just randomly say, okay, subject to change. Maybe next month Vietnam. Maybe the next month Malaysia. Malaysia we have few cities, right? Maybe we can have KL, we can have Penang, and then after that Indonesia. So maybe we can take turn, and then during this session, we all maybe take like, I don't know, 5 minutes to 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Each city share their activities, you know. You share with the people what you are doing. Or this month we visit this, we plan to visit, or last month we visited this charity, or sorry, these homes, and we cook for them, and then how many residents there, and then we also do we wash the feet or whatever, you know, so we can share all these pictures, we can share all these videos. So on one hand, we can all rejoice together, we can all celebrate together. On the other hand, we also learn from each other. What are the ideas that different cities are doing? For example, in Vietnam, they do bridge project, you know. Not only building house, they are building bridges also. And then I heard in Medan, they want to help the water well for places without water supply. Yeah, so I think all this can become, I think this is a very meaningful ideas. And if we can do it every month, I think we can become, we call it force for good, you know, force for good. I think this is a very good term. In my previous organization, we had this term called force for good. So we can become a force for good for our city, for for the people around us, right? So this morning, the more I think about this, the more I couldn't sleep. I got so excited. So yeah, and then yeah, we would like to also call it, well, I mean, I discussed with Ann Chong, and I think we want to call this compass of love. Love, first of all, we want to have love. But why is compass? Because through these activities, compass is giving you direction. Yeah, so we give people direction like compass, you know. Okay, let's go this direction, you know. Let's open up our heart. Let's share our love with others. Let's share our heart with others. Which brings us to the topic for today. Okay. By the way, this is a very informal session. So stop me anytime you have any questions. Jump in anytime you have any comments. Yeah. And then we can all discuss together. All right. And of course, please turn on your camera if it is convenient. I like to have conversation with everyone. All right. And all right, so let's start. So the event is called The Art of Sharing, the Kyoto event, right? But before we go into this topic on sharing, I would like to talk a bit about giving. Giving and sharing, are they the same or are they different? Can I see some comments or hear some comments from all of you? How do you understand these two? Yeah, I saw Swandi said that it's different, but why? What are the difference? How are they different? What is giving? What is sharing? Yeah, I saw giggling is typing. Thank you. Sharing is the motivation for giving. Okay, Grace said that. Okay, not bad, not wrong. I wouldn't say it's wrong anymore. Hey, feel free to turn on your mic and we have a conversation, right? Okay, so.
Yeah, I think it's easier. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, hi, giggling.
I think giving is more like when we have extra, I will give what I have extra. And sharing is give what I have, even I just have enough for myself, but I'm willing to give what I have with others.
Yes. Yeah, that is our, yeah, sharing is deeper. Yeah, this is what Geshe Michael said, right? Sharing is deeper because we can share what little we have. Giving is give one way toward another. Sharing is learn, give, and just do everything in togetherness emotion. Okay. And then of course we have our friend from Vietnam with the comment, right? So let me have a look. So yeah, okay. Yeah, in fact, Geshe Michael is saying that giving is giving is taking out part of your profit. Sharing is giving part of your capital. So giving is sharing your profit. Sharing is giving part of your capital. So these are the two different, right? But here, okay, let's go into, so giving is, we would say giving is smaller scope, sharing is bigger scope, right? So what is giving? What is giving? Or what do we give normally, right? For this, I would like to quote from ACI. Okay, ACI is Asian Classics Institute that Geshe Michael started, I think 30 years, close to 30 years ago. It has 36 courses, right? I would like to share this from the course 10. Course 10. Let me share my screen. All right, you can see my screen, right? So the Asian Classics Institute, course 10 is called Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. Geshe Michael like to call this Bodhisattva warrior, right? Warrior's way of life. And course 10, in reading 10, which is class 10. So each course, there will be 10 classes, and each class will have a reading and then the teaching. And then, of course, there are homework, quiz, and final exam, right? So in class 10, the perfections of giving and ethical living. This is taken from the book called Entry Point for Children of the Victorious Buddhas, for the children of the victorious warrior, right? Gyaltsen Ngok. So this is a commentary by Gyaltsab Je, who is the main student of Je Tsongkhapa, all right? And this is a commentary to the book called Guide to the Warrior's Way of Life. Jang Chup Sempe Chup Palan Jukpa by Master Mas Shantideva, who lived 1300 years ago. Master Shantideva is a very interesting person. The story is also very exciting, but today we are not going to discuss about him, all right? Otherwise, we won't have time. He is, if you read, I don't know whether how many of you have read the book, How Yoga Works, right? How Yoga Works. I know Vietnamese Rio's group, DMI group, has translated this book. So Vietnamese, I believe there should be a lot of people who has read this book. And then Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. I don't know whether how many of you have read the book. Let me have a show of hand if you have read the book. Okay, I'm looking at the screen now. Okay, nobody raised hand. Oh, Miao Fang, yeah, Miao Fang. Who else? Oh, only Miao Fang. All right. Then it's not fun anymore, you know, because if you have not read the book. Anyway, if you have, okay, Mr. Chuan Gekling. If you have the chance, read the book. Okay, in the book, there is this character who is in the jail, who is already in the jail all the time. He's called Busuku, right? Busuku. And Busuku, if you finish, I'm not going to tell you the story, the ending of the story, okay? You have to find it out yourself. Busuku is already in the jail all the time, even when our Miss Friday first arrived in India and then put in jail. And Busuku has been giving her a lot of advices and helps. And at the end of the story, you will find out that, hey, Busuku is actually somebody very special. So Busuku is the nickname for Master Shantideva when he was in the monastery. Okay, and what does it mean, Busuku? Mr. Three Things. What are the three things? What are the three things? Anybody know? Those of you who have come to Mixed Nuts, you might have heard about it. Gekling, you remember? What are the three things? Okay, never mind. So three things referring to the eat, sleep, and SHIT. So his friends in the monastery give him this nickname, you know. He's a very smart guy, but he didn't show off, and because of that, people thought that he's lazy and stupid and give him this title. But turned out he's somebody special, right? And anyway, let's continue. Okay, let's continue. We don't have much time. But I still want to say that, I still want to tell the story. Anyway, that will be for next month. Okay, next month, maybe you come back. Okay, I will give you the story of Master Shantideva. Because today we want to talk about the art of sharing. And there are two very interesting verses here. The power, so this is quoted from, okay, the one in the verse is from Master Shantideva. And then the one in sentences are from Gyaltsab Dharma Rinchen, right? Gyaltsab Dharma Rinchen. So the power of the virtue is so much more powerful if done all the time, motivated by strong enthusiasm, only by the antidote or performed towards objects of high spiritual qualities, those who have been of great benefit, or those who are suffering. What is this? Now let's read the commentary by Gyaltsab, right? So this one is from Master Shantideva. So the power of virtue, referring to the power of virtue means the 10 virtues that we must have learned already, right? Very, very powerful. And of course, the second virtue, we talk about giving, right? So giving has to be done all the time, meaning on regular basis. Yeah. So giving has to be done on regular basis, motivated by strong enthusiasm, meaning that it has to be done with fierce good feelings. When you want to give, you need to feel very good. This is basically talking about how to make your giving much more powerful, right? And then it has to be motivated by attitudes as the antidote for negativity. So when we give, we want to have this idea, okay, I'm giving because I want to create the antidote for my being stingy, for my being stingy, for example. So when you give, first, you need to do it regularly, and then you need to have very strong enthusiasm. Yeah, I want to do it. And I want to do it because I'm stingy. I want to make this as the antidote for my being stingy. You know, why didn't I give more? Why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? You know, so you need to have this attitude. Yeah, may this giving become antidote for my being stingy. Okay, and then performed towards the highest objects. We need to find the highest object possible. Who are they? Objects of high spiritual qualities. For example, the 3 jewels or the light, you know. 3 jewels refer to what? Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, or the light. The light means what? The light means, we like to say in Indonesia, for example, we have people from different religious backgrounds. We say, yeah, give to your mosque, give to your church. It's the like. And then objects who have been of great benefits, such as your parents. And finally, yeah, teacher is also included in the 3 jewels, right? Because teachers, especially the Dharma teacher, is considered as extension of the enlightened being. And of course, towards objects which are suffering, the poor and the light. How do we call this in DCI? We say this is emergency. Yeah, ring a bell. In DCI, we talk about people who have helped us a lot. Yeah, we talk about people who can help a lot of people. People who can help a lot of people. Basically, is people who have helped us a lot is the great benefit. People who can help a lot of people are basically objects of high spiritual quality, and then suffering, referring to the emergency. And then, of course, we also, when we talk about the raw seeds, level 5, which is coming very soon, we talk about the strong enthusiasm, emotion, right? And then we talk about the attitude. And then all the time, we talk about it in the 4 priorities, right? Make it into habit. All right, so this is one. So let me, so the second one, I should become a master and learn to have great faith and enthusiasm that will lead me to perform deeds at all times. I will learn to accomplish all kinds of virtue, even if there is no one else at all on whom I can depend. So here we say that we want to become a master of doing all those things, right? We want to learn to have great faith and enthusiasm, so that all this will lead me to perform virtuous deeds all the time, meaning that we do the 10 virtues all the time. And finally, our motivation is that I will learn to accomplish all kinds of virtue, even if there is no one else who is doing it with me. Yeah. So during the, so even if no one else is doing it with me, I will still do it. One more. Okay, one more. I will perform the perfections of giving and the rest. So this is referring to the 6 perfections of the warrior's activities. So they are heightened even further, and never give up the greater for the less, and to concentrate on others' aims. What does it mean? So I will do all those things in such a way that they are heightened even further, so that they increase in strength, become stronger. And I should never give up activities which are of greater virtuous power compared to the rest. Okay. Okay, what does it mean? Meaning that if you have two activities that you need to do, the idea here is to decide which one will give you greater virtuous power, which one is more, I like to say which one is more fertile. Let's say if you need to give to A and B. Well, if you are Elon Musk with a lot of money, you can give to all. But if you are like me, I'm not Elon Musk, I don't have a lot of money, I need to choose. Which one should I give? Of course, the priority will be to give to those with each more fertile. Yeah. And finally, when we give, when there is a choice, we need to concentrate on others' aims. Okay. Anyway, let's go to the summary of these points, right? Let's go to summary of all these points. So perfection of giving, you can see my screen, correct? Yeah, perfection of giving, you can, basically we can say that there are three kinds of giving of materials. You give money, you give people a place to stay, you give ang pao, you give donation. This is material things. Second giving is give protection from fear of harm. So this giving protection is also something very important. This is the second type. And then finally, the third type is a giving of Dharma. This is the highest form, right? To lead people to have realizations in their hearts. So we want to, yeah, this is the third kind of giving. Now, just now what we just discussed, there are, oh yeah, hi, Mr. Choi.
Just because sometimes why they say they are fourth type because the gift of love, because I also read only three, but sometimes people also add in one more. That is it that is official or somebody just add in?
I think gift of love is something very beautiful. If I remember correctly, this is part of the Arya Nagarjuna edition. Yeah. So yeah, we know there are 6 perfections, right? And in the Arya Nagarjuna summary, he actually put in the number 7. When you have love, it exceeds all the other 6. Meaning that you need to have all these 6, I mean, for the perfection, but you need to have love also.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, I think, yeah, perfection of giving, we can add number 4 also. Yeah.
Okay. Because look good because give the giving of love. But sometimes when we help people will ask what they learn only 3. I mean, we know all the while we learn only 3, but why suddenly become 4? Okay,
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you. Good question. Yeah. Love is very important. Sometimes we forget about the love. So I think it's good to remind people of 4, but officially it's 3. Yeah. And then the 3 verses that we just discussed, the first 2, we talk about things that make our seeds more powerful, right? Doing it as a stream, which is habitual, doing over and over again. And then doing it with strong feeling, strong intention to lead someone to enlightenment when we are doing the giving. And then doing it as an antidote for the 3 poisons in mind. 3 poisons, what are they? Basically the 3 animals at the center of the wheel of life. Give away things we attach to, or praise people we are jealous of, you know. So the more we are attached to something, the more we have to give it away. The more we hate someone, the more we have to praise them. So sometimes if you see people suddenly praising you, you know that, hey, they are doing something, right? Maybe they hate you. That's why they start to praise you. Yeah. You know, like our team, our translation team, you know, Inky has been doing good job. Has been doing good job. I'm praising you from my heart, okay, Inky, not because I hate you. Okay, so give to powerful object. This is talking about the quality, the gravity, the the fertile soils, the most fertile soil. So basically teacher and the three jewels, right? Give people who have helped you greatly, they are parents, yeah, because they give us a human body and the mind to reach the ultimate paradise. So this body is very precious, body and mind. And then our parents are the one who give us this. And then of course, finally is the emergency, gives to someone who is suffering, people who are troubled, tired, stressed, bodily, need help. And then we talk, the last verse, we talk about priority of giving, right? So we need to prioritize if there are choices. So we need to find the higher perfection compared to the lower one. So I think this is based on the fertile soil, right? Because the higher perfections or higher, the more fertile the soil is, not only will we get the better seeds, but of course, you also need to judge which one will give greater benefit to us and to others. So yeah, this is one area. And then also when practicing a single perfection, when we are doing the giving, focus it towards a higher object. This is what we mentioned, right? Yeah. All right, so this is basically on the giving. Now let's switch on to the sharing. Okay, so we already talked about sharing, the difference with the giving. Now, have you gotten the manual, the art of sharing? Yeah, I think we have been telling you that you can get it for free from Diamond Cutter Press in the form of ebook. And let me share with you some of the, let me go through the story quickly in, yeah, quickly, right? This is a easy read. It is short, but not too short. But you can definitely finish it in one reading if you want to. So let me give you some outline so that you can read it faster, right? So the art of sharing what we have with others. I think this is big enough, right? Yeah. So the sacrifice of King Sri Sena, which is a special sutra translated for ACI Kyoto program last month in December. When we say sutra, right, what does it mean by sutra? Sutra means is the Buddha's words, right? Buddha's words. So this is a story that the Buddha told to his students, right? The art of sharing, right? So normally when you read books, right, Tibetan books, it will give you the title in Sanskrit, the title in Tibetan, and of course we also give the translation of the title in English, right? So in Sanskrit it's called Sri Sena Avadana Nama. Avadana Nama, right? Tibetan is called Pelki De Tokpe Jupa, right? The story of King Sri Sena. Setting the scene. So basically, the Buddha and the students are in the Sravasti, city of Sravasti. And he told the monks, he told the students, I understand the results that come from person who give things to others. I also understand the result of sharing what we have with others. Yeah, so you see there is a difference between giving and sharing. You can see the Tibetan here. Chin means a gift, yeah, and then share means gosha, yeah, gosha, chin and gosha. Sometimes here they call it chinpe gosha, yeah, the sharing of giving. Yeah, giving is chinpa, right? And then, of course, the Buddha said that hey, if when you do something good and you immediately get the result, everybody will do good things. The problem is that there is a time lag. You will only see the result after a while. And because of that, people don't understand, right? People don't understand. And people don't understand that, therefore they don't give and they don't share. And the other reason is because they feel possessiveness. They want to own, this is mine, this is not yours. And because of that, people refuse to share with others. And because of that, they say that they live like being changed in their possession. Yeah, being changed in their possession. Possessiveness, right? Before the Chinese New Year, we are doing some spring cleaning, and then we open up the storeroom and we dig out. I use the term dig out, 3 boxes of books that I put in when we moved into this house. And over the past 6 years, I didn't get to see them. Now I managed to dig out. And I know after 6 years, because I don't read it, I have to dispose them either by giving them away or what, But the feeling is so hard, especially those books. Okay, this is a second round already. The first round, I actually managed to get rid of the books during my university time. I studied in Indonesia, and then 30 over years ago, the textbooks were very difficult to get. Yeah. So textbooks, we had to go to a special bookstore far from home, and then the price was expensive because the books were mostly import books. So I kept it like treasure. But after you finish your university, do you go back to your books? I don't think so. So the books have been following me everywhere, So that I think that about 10 years ago, actually, I disposed them off. I give it away to the library. This is the second batch. So I told myself, after 6 years, I don't touch them. I think I need to dispose them, But the feeling is so hard. So I am changed up in my possessiveness. And then a miracle. All these are very beautiful verses. I think all of you should find time to read, but I'm not going to read them, okay? I'm not going to read them. So Buddha was saying that if all the living beings understand the result of sharing, and if they can really feel the impact of the sharing, you will never do anything without sharing it with others. You will never hesitate to share. But we have these thoughts of possessiveness, and this has become a darkness of ignorance covering our mind so that we don't have this knowledge. And because of all this darkness, we don't want to give what we have. And our minds are completely changed in the selfish refusal to share. Yeah, very beautiful, very beautiful. And so here, we use the term the conqueror, right? The conqueror. The earth shivered, lights shining from the whole body of the conqueror. And the monks were kind of amazed. Oh, conqueror, what happened to you? There must be something special. Please tell me the reasons. So Buddha then say, this always appears in most of the sutra. You see, sutra mostly are teachings, and some of the sutras are basically a conversation, people asking Buddha to teach. And very rarely, some sutras are Lord Buddha teaching directly without anybody requesting. But you see here, and it's very common, Buddha will say, I will teach you these things, but you must listen well, extremely well to my words and keep them in your hearts. So I hope you listen well and keep them in your heart. So Buddha started a story about King Arista. King Arista. King of Arista. King of Arista. Arista means finest. So this place, you can read all the description here, is a very beautiful. It was a place of great wealth. People were happy. Crops grew high. Huge population. City overflowing with people. And then measuring 15 miles and 10. And you can read all this, right? And in the royal palace, the king is called Sri Sena. Sri Sena. They say, yeah, Sri Sena, or court, or meaning throne of glory. So this is the description of his power. He looks like a world emperor, body which is resplendent with health, handsome, pleasing to the eyes. The skin glowed, personal strength at its peak. And he has mastered all the teachings, master of the entire world, and practicing all his teachings, right? So all these are the praise of the king, Sri Sena. And then the wife, the holy wife of the king, is called Jayaprabha. Jayaprabha, yeah. Meaning conquering light. Jaya, conquering, yeah. Victory. Prabha means light. Light of victory, conquering light, light of victory. Perfect health, lovely to look upon. Very goddess of the land, yeah, most attractive, etc. Right? And of course, because the country is so rich, the kingdom is so rich, there is no taxes, no fees, no tolls. And here they say that the Sri Sena is a true bodhisattva. He gives to everyone. He gives away freely everything he possessed. He gives without attachment, even his own flesh. There is nothing at all he will not share, nothing that he will not give away, right? And then here start to explain, to describe about how the king is doing his giving on the eastern side of the country, southern side of the city, western, northern, and he give everywhere. He offered food, drink. He gave away lamps for light, strings of flowers, scents, ointments, etc., etc. He gave golds, silver, cattle, many, many things, bronze, clothing, etc., many, many things, right? Therefore, the city of Arista became very prosperous and populated with 960 million residents. Okay, I did some research. I want to show you. I think you can see here, right? Today, the most populous city in the world is Tokyo with 37.5 million. Delhi, almost close to 30 million. Shanghai, 26 million, etc. But Arista was 960 million. So let me see. 960 million is about 30 times bigger than Tokyo today, or 30 times bigger than Delhi today. You know, amazing. Tokyo is already very big. It's amazing. 30 times of Tokyo. And then his cabinet, I was just reading some news about Malaysia. Big news last night. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. Malaysia have what, 26 ministers, right? Singapore has about that also, but here he has 12,000 ministers. Amazing. This is a huge, huge city and country, you know. And the highest is called Mahamati, or intellect. Mahamati, right? Maha means big, Mati means wisdom. So big wisdom, or Geshe Michael translated as intellect. Mahamati, yeah. Mahamati, Lord Drew Chenpo, right? Lord Drew Chenpo. Lord Drew is the mind, Chenpo is big mind, intellect. Wise, clear-minded, full of intelligence, master of all, perfect protector of the throne. Okay, path of goodness. So, King Sri Sena instilled this idea of the 10 good deeds to his people perfectly. So what are the 10 good deeds? I think you can refer here. You click on the footnote. Physical action, which is protecting life, respecting others' property, honoring others' relationship, and then speech, telling the truth, speech that brings people together, speak kindly, and meaningful speech. On thoughts, feeling happy when someone gets something they want, feeling sad when they don't get what they don't want, and then think correctly. So these are the 10 virtues, 10 good deeds. So King Sri Sena instilled these 10 virtues to his people. And because of that, those people, when they pass on, right, their body will end up being reborn in the 6 clans of the pleasure being. Okay, where is my notes? Pleasure being, okay? And a majority of them were born among the gods of 33. Okay, what is this gods of 33? This is a layer, this is a realm. We call it the God's realm, one of the God's realms. Yeah. According to the Indian mythology, is in the mount at the top of Mount Meru, center of the dissolved world. Okay, I just for your information, this is covered in ACI 8 actually. So the God's realm is divided into 6 sub-realms, and then the demigod is one realm, right? So there are we say there are six realms of this. We can divide our universe into the 3 big realms: the desire realm, the form realm, and formless realm. For Indonesian people, if you remember, Borobudur can be divided into 3 parts, right? Kama Dhatu, Rupa Dhatu, Arupa Dhatu, right? The three layers, okay? That is Borobudur. So this is part of the Kama Dhatu, the desire realm. Desire realm, we divide it into 6, right? 3 lower, 3 upper. The 3 lowers are basically the hell, the preta, the ghost, and the animal. And then the 3 upper will be the human, demigod, and God. And God's realm can be divided further into 6. From the bottom, we have what we call the world of the 4 great kings. Si Tian Wang Tian, Si Ta Tian Wang. This is the 4 great kings. They are protecting the God's realm from the demigods people, the Ashura, right? Ashura. And then above the 4 great kings, there is we call it the 33 gods of 33, right? So this is called Trayastrimsha. So this is the place where those beings in the Arista who practice the 10 virtues well finally end up. So they are born there, okay? They are born there. Because they are doing 10 good virtues, and because of their good sins, they're all born there. And then because of 960 millions, and a lot of them were born there, and because they are doing all the 10 virtues, they are actually going higher than the 33, you know? And because of that, some of the gods who are born in the gods of 33 start to notice, hey, how come those younger people were born in the higher level than us? You know, hey, this is what happened. There must be something, you know. And then they went to find the leader called Kaushika. Yeah. Hey, look at this miracle, you know. The entire peak of the king of mountains is now filled to overflowing with divine youth, all the younger people who pass on later. The ranks of gods are swelling, the ranks of demigods are diminishing, you know. So what happened? The leader is also called Lord of the Gods, destroyer of the 100 cities. Heard about this? Oh yeah, by the way, in Singapore there is this movie now called Chakra. Chakra. I don't know whether it is in other countries. It's based on this 武侠小说 金庸 what do you call that in English? I don't know. Is the martial is the story, right? In among the older Chinese people, Jin Yong is pretty famous. It's about the warriors in the olden days. It's called Chakra. At first when I look at the title, I was so interested. Oh, this could be talking about this. The leader is called Chakra, right? Chakra. I thought it's the same story, but it ended up different story. So the leader went to investigate. So when he seen this thing, he think, what is the reason for so many beings born here in the lands of gods? So he started to scan and check and realized that all these are happening because of King Sri Sena. Okay, and then he informed his people, the gods of 33. Hey, it's all because of this guy called Sri Sena. Everything he does begins in goodness, proceeds in goodness, and comes in the end to goodness itself. Yeah. So basically, he was full of praises for King Sri Sena, right? And then he has compassion. He gives things away. You can even ask for his flesh or blood. He will still give you with perfect love. Mr. Choi, with perfect love. This is the love. Okay. So yeah, perfect love again, right? He has mastered the ultimate alchemy of turning living beings into purest gold. And because of that, living beings are pouring into the higher realms. So because of him, because of this wisest king, no beings are heading to the birth in the lower realm. No rebirth in the hell, no rebirth in the hungry ghost, and no rebirth in the animal realm. So so beautiful. Please read all this slowly. It's so beautiful, right? And because of him, he's forcing all the beings into the light, causing joy, and all of them can enjoy the pleasure. And he brings all the beings into the lands of joy, the lands of the gods, right? So, of course, everybody was very happy. Yay, Oh, remember, the gods realm don't really have much jealousy, okay? Jealousy only happen in the demigods realm. So all these are the gods realm and they are happy. They are really happy. They were just wondering why there are a lot of beings who pass on later than them, fill up the gods realm, and then some of them are even on the higher level than them, Yeah, so, but they are wondering, hey, you say this king is so generous giving everything, but to give away arms and legs, fingers and toes, we human, we cherish all this very deeply. And we will also go through pain. So they cannot conceive it. They cannot sort of believe it. Chakra say, my friends, you shouldn't say that. This king is so special. He can perform miracles. His compassion is also a miracle. He will be able to give away his own flesh. Okay, now the dreams started to have the dream, okay? So they say this, right? And then later on, the Queen Jayaprabha had a dream. So you should. Okay, thank you. We say it's a kue tutu, kue tutu seller in Indonesia. Clang, clang, clang. So he had a dream. This is a very strange dream. He saw the husband drop the head. She saw Sri Sena drop her out of the bed. So actually the king threw her out of the bed and then bring her back again. And then he saw the king took out his own eyes, and then the eyes grow back again. He sliced off his right shoulder and then fall to the ground, and then the shoulder came back again, and etc. etc. So he was so scared. He asked the king, what happened? The king knew. The king is a very good dream, very good in understanding dream. He knew what is going to happen, but in order, he know that not long after that, someone is going to appear and ask him for the wife. Because in the dream, the wife dreamed of the husband throwing her away and then take her back in. So he knows that somebody might come and ask for his wife. But of course, in order to pacify the wife, he said, no fear, don't worry, dreams are just illusion. Okay, they are just like children's dream. Don't worry, I'm still here, you see, I'm still here, I'm still complete. My eyes are still here, my shoulders are still complete. Don't worry, don't worry. And then the Mahamati, the minister, also had a dream. He saw that the mansion, the palace actually collapsed. And the spirits came and looked at the gems and brought the gems away, you know. And after that, the palace returned to normal. So the dream is very funny. Something happened and then returned to normal. Something happened and returned to normal. Mahamati was very fearful, very scared. He kept it secret, but he couldn't hold it. He went to find some dream interpreter, soothsayer, and ask. And the soothsayer, the dream interpreter, told him, before long, someone will come and ask your Lord to give them his body. Wow, he was so worried, you know. And then the third night, so that the first night, the second night, now the third night, the entire cabinet of 12,000 ministers had their own dreams also. And then in the dream, he could see a big group of people coming and stole away the parasols, the umbrella, the crown of the king, and then returned them back. And then they saw those people chopping off everybody's head, and the heads grew back. Of course, they are very worried. Hey, what is this? And then some of them went to ask a dream interpreter. Yeah. And they will say that, yeah, something bad is going to the king. Okay. Oh, here, yeah. So they say that they said that something bad is going to happen to the king, and of course they are very worried. But when the king heard of all these bad news, all these dreams, he was overcome with joy and happiness. Someone is coming who will ask from me my very body. Oh gosh, he is expecting, you know, and expecting it happily. And of course he told the world, hey, don't worry, you know, your dreams are but an illusion. Don't worry, it's just illusion. Although inside his heart, he was so happy. Okay, here I would like to stop for a while. Someone is coming who will ask from me my very body. I think this, you have to take it very, very carefully, okay? You will see the story here. The king start to give away many, many things. But you need to understand, he is a bodhisattva, a very high bodhisattva. The Buddha has not addressed him as bodhisattva yet. You will see that we change this term. Okay, maybe let's continue before I stop, right? So this is next is this yogis of the mountain, right? So on the north of Arista, there is a mountain not too far away. Live a group of yogis, about 500 yogis. And one day, the leader came to Arista, to ask for alms, to ask for to do some business. And he went to the palace and then saw the queen Jayaprabha, and then suddenly he sort of fell in love with the queen, and he began to entertain improper thoughts of the queen, because in the past life the queen had been his own wife, and the desire he had felt for her had returned to him at that moment. So you see, we also can't blame him, because the Jayaprabha, the queen, was his wife, this yogi's wife before. And he had this thought, this thought, but he couldn't do anything. And then he went back to his mountain. And then one day, when he finished teaching a young Brahmin about how to read the Vedas, the youth was so grateful. "Oh, teacher, what precious thing shall I offer you in return? Tell me, I beg you, my teacher." The yogi thought, "Oh, I want the queen. Maybe I should ask this student of mine to get me the queen." And then the yogi put into a verse, "Give your teacher the riches your teacher desires. Give to your master the offering they deserve." But the Brahmin, the young Brahmin, was so worried, instantly pierced to his heart with a sharp pain, like a deer shot with an arrow. He said, "This is going to be impossible. You want me to get a queen for you? You want me to die? How can I ever approach the king and ask him to give his queen away?" But on another thought, hey, my teacher, at first he thought my teacher must be trying to disgrace me, But the yogi said, "Have no fear, my child. There is something you need to understand about what's going on here. The king is truly a great being. He offers everything he has. He gives away every single thing. He gives freely without the slightest thoughts of possessiveness. In the end, the king would even give away his own flesh. There is nothing at all that he would not be happy to give. So indeed, my child, the king will grant the queen to you, and you don't have to be confused." And of course, this young chap think, okay, if I refuse this task, I will be doing a disgrace to my teacher, so I shall carry it out. The gift of, so he really went to see the king. He greeted the king, although he was wondering, should I ask for her, or maybe not? Will he give me, or maybe not? Okay, but when looking at the king, when the king looked at this young chap with a face, with a worried face, the king thought to himself, maybe he wants to request something. So he said, okay, young chap, please tell me now frankly, what is it that you want from me? For I swear that today all your hopes shall be fulfilled. Wow, the young chap was so happy. Okay, then he quickly said, okay, I have a teacher who lives among the 500 yogis, and he has taught me how to read the books. And now, to repay him, I want to ask you for your queen. He really said that to the king. The king, out of love, was very unhappy, because he knew that his beloved wife, Jayaprabha, wouldn't be able to live without the husband. Okay? But he thinks again. But of course, the people around the king heard about this. Everybody was very angry, was very sad. Now we call the king, we call him now the Bodhisattva. He was left speechless. But then he think to himself, if I find myself unable to grant to another person gift like my own child or my own wife, then surely I will never be able to achieve pure, matchless, and total enlightenment. Okay, here I have a note here, okay? I don't want you to do stupid things after today. My teachers say I have to give away everything. So let me give away my house. Let me give away my whatever. You see, Buddha addressed the king as bodhisattva here. Why? Why he didn't say the king anymore? Because for this to be applicable, I think you can read, right? It's quite small though. Let me read to you. There are 5 criteria you need to fulfill in order to do all this. You have to be a bodhisattva who has been for trillions of years. Trillions means how many zero? 90. Million, billion, trillion, 12 zero, okay? Trillions of years, not just 1 trillion, but many trillions of years has perfected your practice. Okay, so you should have been doing your bodhisattva practice for trillions of years. You should have extraordinary insight into when it is necessary to do something strange or unusual to help others. You need to be able to have extraordinary insight. You need to know for sure when it is necessary to do something strange. Like this king giving away his wife is something strange, unusual. The third, you must possess ultimate great compassion. You see, not just compassion, great compassion, ultimate great compassion. Okay, we are discussing about this definition in ACI 2. Okay, ACI 2, all right. If you want to know more next week, I think 6th of February, yeah, I'm going to start ACI 2. So not just compassion, but ultimate great compassion. Seeing all beings as your child burning in coals needing help. So you need to have this ultimate great compassion. Number 4, you must be very, very advanced in your practice. And finally, you must see that there is no other possible option other than breaking the morality vow to help the person. So this is actually from Bodhisattva vow, secondary vow, number 11. Okay. So keep this in mind, right? You need to fulfill the 5 criteria before you do this. But this story here is just to inspire us that we really need to share when we need to share, all right? So the king thought to himself, okay, he will give away his wife happily. And he really did that. And the Brahmin was the young chap was kind of surprised. And because of that, he quickly brought the queen home. Okay, so that is the story short, to cut the story short. And of course, the people are very sad. The people of the land felt as though their kingdom had been thrust into darkness. They cried out from sheer pain. Okay, Chakra takes note. Chakra is the leader of the gods of 33, right? And because of that, the earth below earthquake, the lands of the Lord of Gods also shake. And of course, the gods start to check out what happened. And then chakras start to scan and realize, hey, our bodhisattva has undertaken these very, very difficult deeds. And then he told the group, right? So yeah, King Srisena has done something wondrous and wonderful. He gave away his wife as casually as handing out over a piece of grass. So he emphasized this, that this king, this bodhisattva, will give away his own finger and toes, arms and legs. And the gods replied, yeah, we could see the king can surrender the daughter, the son, but how about his own limbs? He won't do that. It's so difficult. Chakra say, don't try. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, dear ones, come. Don't try to compare the ocean to a drop of water hanging from the tip of a single human hair. Don't try to measure the sky itself using the length of your arm. Don't think that the light which pours from the very sun and the light of a firefly could ever be compared, and never believe that the height of the Mount Everest and the height of a mustard seed could possibly be the same. All right, so he said, don't underjudge what is happening here. I will show you myself. Wow, I will show you myself. This is scary. Shakra begins his test. So he went into Arista, a forest near Arista. He brought four of the gods, and they turned themselves into a Brahmin. But Shakra turned into somebody with only half body, right? Waist down, cut away, blood spilling everywhere. And then he lay down on the pallet. Pallet means the sedan chair pallet, right? And then the other four gods also took appearance as a Brahmin and start to wail in grief, as if the father, as if that is their father. And they start to bring this litter away, right? Tandu, right? In Indonesian. And then they walk towards the kingdom, they walk towards the palace, and people was wondering, hey, you must be a demon. How can a human live in this form, you know? And then, of course, this Shakra didn't want to entertain all those things. You know, he said, hey, trust me, I'm actually a Brahmin, you know, I'm not a zombie, but I will not tell you because I will not tell you the reason, because I will have to tell he knows that he was going to see the king, right? And of course, you see, Shakra is also very smart, right? He said, I have no fear, friends of the land of Shivi. A Brahmin is what I am, and certainly not a demon. I've come to the state like the one you see now, all because of problems with the karma I collected in days gone by. Yeah. Of course, I can tell you the story, but time pauses for no man. Time is catching up. The Lord of Death speeds here to collect me. He will surely alive and steal from me my life. When I stand before the King of all things, I will tell my entire story, right? But the point is, the nature of the deeds I did, my past seeds, carrying all these fruits to ripen upon me today. So he was asking if there is anybody who will have pity on him, because that person will be able to give him half of the lower part of his body, right? Somebody who is not afraid, somebody who has the greatest love. Because the Lord of Death is standing right in front of me. So please tell me, speak now with speed, tell me quickly, anybody, anywhere who would grant me half of their body, the one with great compassion. And then he walked along the road to the king. And then, long story short, he appeared in front of the king, okay? Okay, in the meantime, the yogi takes note, right? The yogi saw that the Queen Jayaprabha was very sad and refused to eat food and becoming like crazy. So he, in the heart, and then he has empathy, and he told the queen, I shall return you now to King Sri Sena, right? So he told the student, let's return the queen. Let's return the queen to the king, okay? All right, and then the old Brahmin met with the king, right? Met with the king. So again here, we refer to him as Bodhisattva, right? Oh, wise ones, friend of mine, what's going on? What is it? of course, Chakra started to tell a story. And of course, he say, in this whole world, only you have enough compassion. Only you suffer the suffering that others are feeling. And so I seek from you half of your body. Please, my Lord, save me. Okay, now then the king, the people in the palace start to stop the king. Mahamati started first, right? Mahamati started first to prevent the king. Hey, this is not human, you know, he's a zombie or whatever. How could he live with that? And of course, Chakra denied that. You know, I'm not a zombie. I'm a Brahmin. I'm a poor man. And all the story goes on, right? So they exchange all these words. So Mahamati didn't manage to stop the king from trying to give his half body, right? And after Mahamati failed, Bodhisattva, the king, makes his decision. He said, okay, let's, he said, Brahmin, don't worry, no fear. Okay, your body will be restored and all your hopes fulfilled. I will indeed grant you now half of my body. Wow, the king said that, right? King said it. And the king actually asked for somebody to get a sword, 2 persons, right? And because at first nobody wanted to do it, the Chakra did some magic so that 2 persons actually went to get a saw, all right, and get the saw ready. And of course, Mahamati again, so sad, and think to himself, hey, if they really, our Bodhisattva truly does have no attachment at all for his body form. He's really going to give it away. But he tried to argue again with the king. Hey, if you cut away half of your body, you will die, right? You will die. And even if you give this half body of yours to the Brahmin, he will die also because nobody will survive. You know, but Bodhisattva, this king say, oh, Mahamati, walk away, just walk away. Don't disturb me, you know. Don't stand in the way of my Buddhahood. And then the king said, this body is nothing but more and more pain over the entire years of a lifetime. However much we seek to keep it with us, in the end of ends, we're always separated. That, my child, is the very nature of the world we live in. So finally, he asked the woodcutters to cut. He started to cut. They started to cut. But of course, before they cut, they were also wondering, you know, they argue with the king, hey, if we start to cut you, yeah, the body of one so hugely compassionate, very embodiment of love itself, beloved of by entire populace, protect the entire world. There is no doubt that in the very moment, both of us would drop straight into the fires of hell. Bodhisattva say, oh, my children, don't worry, this represents the support for Bodhisattva, you know, so don't worry about that. And then of course the king asked them to quickly cut. And finally, you see, I actually skip quite a lot, right? So finally, he cut the body is cut, and then he give away to the half to the, oh yeah, the queens also tried to stop him, but not successful, right? So finally, he was cut, and then he gave away half of the body to the Brahmin. And the Brahmin, because he's not a Brahmin, he's from the gods of 33. He managed to make the half into a full body, right? Just to satisfy the king, just to show the king, hey, your help is helpful. All right. Okay. Wow. Yeah. So it's pretty long. Okay. So basically, what happened is that the Brahmin became whole, and the king only half. And actually, there's something interesting here. Let me check. Oh, here. Okay. The Sakra 1000. Here. So the Bodhisattva, while he was being cut, right, he felt the pain, but he told himself, I will consummate the highest enlightenment. I will become enlightened, the highest form, pure and complete. And then I will free every living creature from every kind of pain. Right? And then he set this intention. And he say, wow, this is painful, you know. This is painful. This is so unbearable. But what happened to those beings in the hell? It's even more painful. So may I, through this pain, take on all the pains of all the beings in the hell. After this, may not one being in the universe ever have the fate to experience even a single pain. And as soon as he truly felt the wish, in that instant, all the pain of being cut into two suddenly stopped. Wow, you see? Yeah. So this is really, really a high bodhisattva. And finally, the body was cut, and yeah. Now, after the body was cut, right? After the body was cut, Chakra was actually testing the bodhisattva again, you know? So, I know you have compassion. That's why you don't stop your body being cut. But what goal did you have in mind that allowed you to show persistence in the face of such hardship? Of course, he said, yeah, I want to become Buddha so that I can help all the being from cycle of pain. But Chakra challenged him. Okay. While you are being cut and experiencing the pain, did you never once think to change your mind? Did you never once regret what you were doing? Buddha say, I never once regretted it. And then Act of Truth came in. Chakra asked, how can we be sure that you speak the truth? This is beautiful. Bodhisattva replied, O Kausika, if indeed I do speak the truth, then may half of my body be restored and become just as it was before. And yes, his body is restored, and then they live happily ever after. All right. So this is the story. Okay, I think this is just a short story. All right. Of course, Chakra was forgiven, and then the married reunited. The queen was returned, and finally, I want to show you this. Okay, so you read the books. The actors are revealed. If you want to know who are they, read yourself. I'm not going to tell you. All right, with that, I would like to pass the time to Ann Chong. She's going to share about what is happening over this prosperity ang bao. Okay.
Yes, thank you, teacher. But first of all, we need to take happy memories. I need all of you to please on your video, because our camera lady, Helena, is going to help us to take a group photo. So everyone, please on your photo, put on your biggest smile. You can do any funny actions you want. Okay, Helena, are we ready?
1, 2, 3, cheese. One more time. 1, 2, 3, smile. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you all, firstly, for coming into this morning event. Because of you, this event was making more meaningful, and we have to thank Teacher Sugan for bringing up this topic. Teacher Sugan, I have actually sent you a poster, and that is the update on your WhatsApp. Would you want to help me to flesh it out? I send it to you for your review first. Taking this opportunity, I would like to inform all of you, we are officially launching the Compass of Love. That is the DMO charity team that we have set up. And because of the different countries of participant in this project, here is the update of the funds, the Prosperity Ang Pao, which we have collected. First of all, I must thank Teacher Rio and his awesome team for raising above their targets of 102.50%. They have set themselves a target and they exceeded it. Awesome, awesome. And next, in Malaysia, I need to thank Jessica for helping us to collect the fundings for all our Malaysia friend. Teacher, would you like to leave it on? So for all our Malaysia friends, thank you for your contribution. So we have also reached the amount. Teacher, can you help me to show the slides? Yes, of $613. Of course, I converted it to Singapore dollars, okay? Over in Indonesia, it's been in charge by Ibu Kiki, and she has her team in Jakarta, Surabaya, as well as in Medan, which we do not have the update yet. But this is the amount that they have managed to collect it. And of course, we have in Singapore, thanks to Yen Fang for her effort and help, we have managed to raise 642. Now, you might be wondering, where are all this funding going to? This Prosperity Ang Pao all will be given to the senior home in their respective country and based on the homes they have selected. This particular event will only be closed for tomorrow night at 11:59. So if you are from Vietnam, please approach Teacher Roy to continue giving your support. If you're from Indonesia, please contact Ibu Kiki and continue to give your generosity. If you're from Singapore and Malaysia, please feel free to reach out to me or Yen Fang or Jessica so that we can spread more of this love to everyone out there. With this, one final point. If you are interested to do charity work and would like to hop on to our Compass of Love, please reach out to me and we will be forming the team so that we can do different events like how teachers say, maybe we rotate per month. All right. So I have actually just reached 10:29 before we end class at 10:30. In DMO organization, we are told to end on time. That is our requirement.
All
Teacher,
right.
you want to take over?
I just want to say that the moral of the story of the King Sri Sena is that we need to give and share with wisdom. Okay. So give and share with wisdom. That's all I want to say. And of course, with love. On the dot now. Yay.
Thank you. We are all on the dot at 10:30. Once again, I thank you each and everyone for coming in, for your generosity in giving this particular charity project. And thank to the organizer of Vietnam, Teacher Rio, and Ibu Kiki from Indonesia and Malaysia as well for teaming up with us. All the best to you in a 2023. Have an awesome weekend. Bye.